Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Friend Shad Pearson, and welcome again to my channel. It is August 16th of 2024, 9:18 in the a.m. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Let's say it together. Praise our God from whom our blessings flow. People, I woke up to this headline this morning, and I'm like, betcha my golly wow. Remember that song back in the day? What was that, the Stylistics? Betcha my golly wow, you're the one that I've been waiting for forever. Yeah, is prison waiting for Donald J. Trump, Rikers Island? I mean, I'm like, what is this? What is this? And this is not the only communique that's putting this out here. This is actually from August 15th. I didn't catch it yesterday. Rikers Island reportedly preparing prison cell for former U.S. president. I'm like, okay, let me check it out. The rumor mill is working overtime, and the latest scoop might just be the wildest one yet. Word on the street is that Rikers Island, the infamous New York City prison, is allegedly getting ready to house none other than former President Trump. Yep, you read it right. Trump and Rikers in the same sentence. So what's the tea? Fox News columnist Andrew McCarthy, who's got a solid background as a former assistant U.S. attorney, threw some serious shade on suggesting that Trump might actually be handed a prison sentence on September the 18th. But before you start picturing the former prez in an orange jumpsuit, let's break this down. The deets, high-level sources, Twitter is buzzing that Tony Saruga, who claims that sources have spilled the beans about Rikers making arrangements for Trump arrival. McCarthy's hot take, while McCarthy thinks Trump might be sentenced, he's also betting that the former president won't actually serve time. So people, what is your take? I'm hearing this. They even got a betting site saying that they believe that Trump is going to go to prison. What are the implications of that? Just people, the atmosphere is crazy. Now let's check this out. This is from 3 months ago. It says, is Rikers preparing Eric Adams pressed? That's the mayor. Eric Adams pressed on Trump's potential jail time. Here we go.
Testified earlier, and also who's still on the stand right now, Stormy Daniels. So I started there by asking about jail time for Trump, because when he speaks again, all things are on the table according to this judge, but most specifically yesterday would be jail time if he says anything that frustrates that gag order. Why does that matter? Well, even the mayor of New York City is being asked about it. Just moments ago, Mayor Eric Adams addressed what happens if Trump goes to jail. Yeah, that came up in a news conference. Let's watch.
So at President Trump's trial, they were talking about how he might end up in jail if he continues to violate his court orders. Is Rikers prepared for that? Do you guys have those discussions yet? And if so, what would that even look like?
Our amazing commissioner, she is prepared for whatever comes on Rikers Island. I'm pretty sure she would be prepared to manage and deal with the situation as you see what's happening.
So yeah, I mean, I'm listening to this. I had to go way back 3 or 4 months to see when this thing first was brewing, because again, if it's headlines again, well, what's going on? Is it behind the scenes, the powers that be? They just don't want Trump up in there, so they got to bring this up? Here we go. What's the likelihood? This one is from 20 hours ago. Trump asked that sentencing in the hush money case be postponed until after the election. Good strategy, right? Because once he becomes president, odds are, hey, nothing's gonna go down. But again, what have you heard? Are you from New York? You got anybody in Rikers Island? telling you that they're setting this thing up? Put in the comment section if you have a relative or friend in Rikers Island and they tell you, hey, we're preparing for DJT.
And Donald Trump is asking the judge in his hush money case to delay his sentencing until after the election. Right now it's scheduled for September 18th. CNN's chief legal affairs correspondent Paula Reed joins us now. Paula.
Dana, this is another attempt by the Trump team to try to delay Trump's sentencing up in New York. Now, in this letter sent to the judge today, obtained by CNN, they're making two key arguments. The first is they are arguing that this sentencing could have an impact on the 2024 presidential race. They're also arguing that they're still appealing how that historic Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity could apply to this conviction. Now, when it comes to that first argument about the election, they're trying to frame this case, this sentencing, as they have with all four of his criminal cases, as election interference. In this letter, they point to statements that the Democratic ticket has made about this case and the fact that this sentencing, right in the middle of September, will take place around the same time that early voting starts in some states. They say, quote,
So there you go. Man, you see the atmosphere that Trump has a potentiality to go to prison, you won't vote for him because it's like, hey, your vote won't matter. So early voting arguably could be affected. I agree with that. Now let's throw some numbers out here just to be throwing it out there, okay? Here's the date they're talking about doing this: 9/18/2024. Now here's the election date: 11/5 of 2024. That just so happened to be 48 days or 6 weeks and 6 days. I've already explained in numerous videos previously that on April 8th, 48, there was an eclipse that came over America and the world, right? So when we think eclipse, we think 24, which is X. Is Trump marked? Is this being set up by the powers? Are they speaking through the numbers? They speak. And I teach the 5 C's of clues, codes, colors, the confirmation, time, and conclusion. Is this coincidence that it's 48 days from now? Well, 48 days from time in jail to election day. Is that coincidence? It's 48. Are they speaking? Are they behind the scenes maneuvering this thing? Then look at this. 9/18 versus 10/20. What is that? Kamala Harris' birthday is October 20th. The difference is 4 weeks and 4 days. 4 weeks and 4 days. Well, who's the 44th president? That'll be Barack Obama. Is he part of the orchestration to push Trump in jail and make him obsolete? And then boom, the election is handed to Kamala. And look at this, same date, 9/18/2024, subtracted from 6/14, Trump's birthday in 2023. The difference is 66 weeks, 6/6, 6/6, the devil's number. And lastly, 9/18/2024, Rikers Island date, they wanted to put him in prison, versus 11/20, that's Joe Biden's birthday coming up. The difference is 63. Again, is this thing being manipulated behind the scenes? Woo! Yeah, doggy, right? Now here it is here. Multiple high-level sources have stated the New York City Department of Correction is making arrangements for Donald J. Trump's arrival at Rikers Island in September. Tony Segura. Oops, there it is. Right there in your face. Right there in your face. What do you think, people? What do you think? I mean, look, Department of Corrections, Rikers Island. Can you believe that? Only in New York, though, right? Only in New York. And Trump was born in New York, right? Woo, that's deep, y'all. I say it's deep. Check it out.
Now, he's not the only one. Of course, Rikers Island has, New York City officials have confirmed this as well. But this is Rikers Island here. So take a look. This is where Trump would go, according to these sources, among 6,300 inmates. And there's all sorts of problems with Rikers Island. I mean, Mayor Eric Adams, of course, has been trying to keep Rikers Island from getting under federal control. The feds have basically said, hey, we want to take control of this facility because it's out of hand. It's too crazy. So they're actively trying to work to make sure that it doesn't go into federal hands right now. A disaster. And they're trying to take over Rikers Island. So Tony Saruja said President Trump, so that was August 1st when Tony first posted that, okay? And I've been watching this to see what other sources are now confirming this, other individuals coming forward to say, yes, this is true. And then he doubled down on it last night, saying President Trump will 100% be sentenced to...
Isn't that something? 100%. What does this guy know? What does he know? Or it's just put out to shake us up so we won't vote for Trump. What do you think? President Trump will 100% be sentenced to prison on September 18th. I'm told the sentence will be 1 year, but we'll see. The Marxist judge could change the sentencing at the last minute, but he is definitely sentencing President Trump to at least 1 year. Rikers Island already has special accommodations ready. This is 2 months before the election. Again, if you have a friend or relative in Rikers Island, baby, if you know something, put in the comment section, just put X. You ain't got to say much, just put X in the comment section if you heard this directly from somebody from Rikers Island. New York, New York. Okay, look. Now, there is a possibility that it could just be probation. That they could utilize this as a scare tactic. You follow me? Just a scare tactic. Force Trump's hand. Haven't spent a whole lot of money on judges. And this is where the 5 Ds come into place. I teach the 5 Ds of delay, deny, debate, derail, and destroy, right? So you can work with Trump without him knowing and delay the thing because you're still seeding the atmosphere, you're threatening. That could have a psychological effect on the voters. Delay, deny, say, no, I'm not gonna give you a postpone. I'm sending you to jail on the 18th. Debate, you're debating back and forth. You know how I go, right? Derail, where Trump don't have a chance, he gonna get sentenced. And then destroy him. Look, it could go. Look, it feels, it looks, it's happening just like this. But there is a possibility, I'm gonna play this part here, that Trump will not see daylight, but he will just, look, he's a first-time offender, right? So the odds are in his favor. Any former president, come on, man. But here's the thing. Between the media and the court and New York and the dark powers, they can really utilize this back and forth as leverage and have this thing do the chubby checker twist, the Watusi, and everything else, messing with the election atmosphere. That's how you have to see this thing. Agree? So check it out.
But there are several reasons why Trump could get a more lenient sentence. At age 77, he's a first-time offender with no criminal record. The felonies he was convicted of are low-level, non-violent crimes. And since he's a former president running for office again, the judge may not want to set a precedent by locking him up. That's why it's entirely possible that the judge could impose a fine or give Trump probation, which would require Trump to report to New York City's probation department. Still, legal experts say...
There you go. I'm more so on the side that he will not go. That would make too much commotion. That would bring too much hell on the streets. That would douse the hopes and dreams of people. It would make a irritable, for lack of a better way to put it, an irritable atmosphere. And baby, America don't need that right about now. We need to focus. Now, I did a video 4 months ago title, It's Good to Know What's Up. You know how when I do these videos, I can't even put the title that I want because I got to fight with this guy called the algorithm. So I got to play this thing in parts. I'm going to show you that I believe the whole thing is phony. Now, you got a right to believe whatever you want. I'm going to show you by the numbers. This thing is just being crafted, okay? Now, let's start at the 440 mark. Watch this. We're going to shoot a number. See, he comes in during the trial, always in this hallway, okay? And there's numbers that lead straight to the courtroom, and there are numbers on the side of the wall. See, numbers speak. And like other videos I've shown, this stuff is crafted ahead of time. It's a motion picture that you didn't even pay for, at least not directly. And they speaking, in my humble opinion. So watch Trump enter into this area, talk to the press, but I'm gonna show you the numbers, okay? I'll break this thing down methodically. Just give it time. First, I want you to look at this here. There's Donald Trump. Room 1535, A, B, C, D. Let's decode that, okay? Ara is the 18th letter of the alphabet, M is 13. You got 1535. 18 plus 13 is 31. 32, 37, 40, 45. Did you see that? 45 is Trump. Do you get that? Now, let's look at the A, B, C, D. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4. 4, 7, 9, 10. What is 10? In Roman numerals, it's an X. I've been speaking on the X all the time, which means he's a marked man. Simple, 45 is X'd. If I told you this stuff is already staged, what would you think? Right off the bat. Now let's proceed. Look at this man. What has he got on? Red and black, you know the colors. What is that? That's called sacrifice in a story.
Okay, here we go. Donald Trump entering.
This is an assault on America. Nothing like this has ever happened before. There's never been anything like it. Every legal scholar said this case is nonsense. It should never have been brought. It doesn't deserve anything like this. There is no case. And they've said people that don't necessarily follow or like Donald Trump said this is an outrage that this case was brought. This is political persecution. This is a persecution like never before. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And again, it's a case that should have never been brought. It's an assault on America.
So you've heard his position. Now, let's look at some numbers. This is another reason why I'm saying they have switched Trump out. This is the replacement. This is the one that will be popped off so that we can go into anarchy and social confusion. This is an actor, and this whole thing is set up like a scene. He's playing a role. I'm gonna break it down, okay? I'm gonna break it down. Let's go to the 8:45 mark. 8:45 mark. Here we go. Be deep, y'all. Part 95 and part 59. Gonna break that down. Now, the way you look at it is like this. 95 minus 59 gives you 36. That's 3 6s, 666. He's in hell. It's all fixed. 666. What are the odds that it would be on the left side, 95, and 59 on the other? You understand what I'm saying? We already broke down the room number, and the X, ABCD, comes out to 10. He's X'd. What are the odds? What are the odds? 666. Now let's go to this other part. Go to 1047. I want you to really pay attention on this thing. It said part 59, right? Part 59. 59, the 59th day of the year is what? February 28th. Get this. 59 minus 365 in a regular calendar year gives you 306. Remember, I showed you earlier. Watch this. Joe Biden had 306 votes. Do you see how I'm connecting this? Electoral college. Trump walked past what? He walked past 59. The 59th day of the year is February 28th. So, 59 minus 365, just a regular, not a leap year. The difference is 306. That's Joe Biden. They're twined. Joe Biden and Trump are twined. It's Cain and Abel with a twist. Now, 306, Joe Biden had that when he won over Trump versus 232, right? Electoral college vote, and I told you the difference in that was 74, and Trump was 74 years old at the time. Now let's look at this 95. Here's your 95. Part 95. Now let's look at this here. 95, April 5th, the 95th day of the year is April 5th. What is April 5th? That's 45, people. Who was the 45th president? Trump. Is this stuff staged? I'm telling you, look at it for what it is. Now, is it staged? Look, thank God for the 5 C's. What are the odds? The 95th day of the year is April 5th. And he's the 45th president. The whole thing's a charade that's being crafted. Persecute him like Jesus. Try to take him out, ear bleeding. Put that in quotes. Take him back to court. Persecute him. Threaten to throw him back in prison. Come on, man. The atmosphere is being set. Take his money. Make him a hoe with the hush money thing, allegedly, because he cheated on his wife. Take him down. You know, those are past sins. So we just assume he's forgiven. We're assuming he asked the Lord for forgiveness. But the bottom line is none of this is real. None of it's real. It's all a show. It's a dramatization. And he's going to keep on playing this victim role. He's going to keep doing it. That's where it is. Let me show you. Let me see something here. I had tried to show this yesterday. I believe I have it here. Here it is. This thing for 5 hours. 22 minutes and 40 seconds. But watch the end. It's going to go quick, but it's going to blow your mind. Trump is about to get into the limo, and watch what happens. I'm going to show you what's going to happen. Watch this.
Yeah, thank you. I love no tax on tips. By the way, no tax on
It's okay if you didn't see it. I said it's okay if you didn't see it. I'm gonna play it again. But I'm gonna show you. I told y'all they're gonna blow this guy up like he's the savior. Then they're gonna take him out like Christ. Let me show you what you was looking at. The lady's taking his picture. She's rolling her camera, doing a video. He goes to the limo. This is the limo window. There is an image there, but it's blurred. And you can barely read that, but it's SACR or something. Watch this. He's getting in the limo. Then he thumbs up, whatever, saluting to the people. Then you start to see the formation of it a little bit better. But what is it? SACR. That's all you see. You still see an image, but it's blurred. But watch. Look at it and look in it. Who is that? Is that a halo? You should have chills by now. Who is that? And is that a halo? Now look at it. Do you see it? Do you see it? And then at the end, what do you see? Look on the window. This car was lined up perfectly. This represents a cross. They lined the limo up perfectly. They lined it up perfectly. So you can look at this. This is what's in the window. I'm gonna show you again. This is what's in the window. I know it's long, but I told you. I'm gonna show you what they're doing. You can't never say I never told you. He salute. There's a telephone pole. There's another telephone pole behind him. You can barely see what's going on here. Now it comes into focus. Do you see the image of the Jesus? Do you see the Sacred Heart right there? Sacred Heart and Jesus. It's mind-blowing, isn't it? And I know it hurts. It really hurts when you got these convictions for your country, which you're supposed to have. But it hurts. I know it hurt. It hurt me to bring it to you. But I gotta bring it to you. They crucifying him, which is lifting him up. And when they bring him down and take him out, it's gonna doubly hurt. Especially if you don't know. Because your hopes go down with him. Do you understand the game that they're playing with y'all? They're playing with us. He's an actor. He gotta know. He can't be the original one. Because if he is, that makes it doubly bad. But either way, I don't care. I know what I see. Ain't nowhere in the world you're going to line a limo up perfectly. Where you got a pole that looks like a cross, naturally designed, and you got the face of Jesus in the window. Because there's a billboard somewhere placed across the street. You could drive from now to 2085 and stop on any street, and this will never ever happen lined up like that. You know it and I know it. So you got to use your head. You got to be logical. You got to say to yourself, I'm being lied to. What's really going on? Support the channel and spread it. God said, I'll never leave you. I'll never forsake you. It's a mystery living this life sometimes. I get it. But one thing I can say about the Holy Spirit, He will show you. He'll drop some clues. He'll give you some hints. But you got to heed it. And once you heed it, He'll start showing you more. And your eyes will be open. You're going to lose some friends. Folks going to doubt you. But I got enough videos here to let you know this devil is running both sides of the fence, Republican and Democrat. Ain't no hope in either one of them. Put Jesus on the ballot. Put salvation on the ballot. If I be lifted up, I'll draw all men unto me. That's what time it is. Get right, stay right, and get ready for the flight. I'm Frank Shot Pierce. Like the word thumbs up and share it. God bless you.